All right. Good morning, everybody. This is my Tuesday morning intraday / day trade setups. Looking first on the arbitrage website to be able to find some trades that we could possibly get into, because I mean that's the point of arbitrage, right? To make things hard. To make things easier, not harder. Look for potential trade setups that we can get into already, and if we can't, then we'll look for setups on the regular charts. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this started. So first, Forex 5-minute chart. I like looking at the apocalypse bands, just in case you're new to watch this or you don't understand exactly how I look for these setups. So I look for, on the 5-minute chart, I look at the apocalypse band. I want to see if price is either at the upper danger zone or at the lower danger zone, right? And I do the same thing on the 1 hour time frame. But then what I do on the 1 hour, I look at the arbitrage bands. So, and I do the same thing so that I can make sure that there's confirmation all around. So let's look for the AUD pairs. First and foremost, we'll go ahead and look over here. So AP upper danger zone, AP lower danger zone. No. Everything's a no right here. So I'm pretty sure on the 1 hour time frame, everything's no as well. Well, looks like we have Aud Ncd at the upper danger zone on the 1 hour apocalypse. So that's something I could watch out for. But anyways, lower danger zone on the 1 hour, it shows a yes. But on the 5-minute, Aud Ncd is showing no. So I'm going to go ahead and actually take a look at that. Aud Ncd 1 hour. And I'll look at how it looks to see if we could potentially get a trade set up from that. I'm going to go on to the Euro. So again, come to the 5-minute time frame first. Euro. So we have, I don't usually trade DE30, but I'll take a look at it today. And so it's at the upper danger zone. So upper danger zone 5-minute. And then same thing with the EU50, but I'm only going to look at the DE30 because I don't trade Euro indices. So no, yes. So Euro Jpy, we're currently the apocalypse RSI line is at the lower danger zone. So I'll take a look at that. EG LDZ 5-minute. So we have no on those as well. Go on the second page. Ooh, Euro Ncd at the lower danger zone as well. So EN LDZ 5 minutes. No. Everything else is no, except for Eurozar. I've never traded this, but I'm going to take a look at it because, hey, it's an opportunity to make money. So Eurozar. We have the apocalypse lower danger zone on the 5-minute. All right. Again, I don't really trade the Euro indices, so I'm not going to look at that. And again, same thing right here. All right, so that's for the Euro. Go on to the 1 hour time frame to confirm. So we have DE30 upper danger zone. It doesn't have that right here, so we'll take a look at that. Wait, hold on. That was supposed to be upper danger zone, yeah. So we'll take a look at the upper danger zone in a few. On that, we have EN and EG at the lower danger zones. So Euro Jpy, nope. So we'll have to see what's going on with there. Let's look at for Euro NZD. Right here, boom, lower danger zone. So both on the 1 hour and on the 5-minute, they both have that confirmation. So that's one that I will definitely look for. Eurozar as well is at the lower danger zone, so I'll take a look at that as well. Just go on to USD pairs, and I know some of these pairs have already moved. It usually happens like that, especially on a Tuesday. They move like an hour or two, maybe even 3 hours before market even opens. I mean, before the New York session opens. And so USD pairs, we're on the 5-minute chart. So we have no, nothing strikes me. We have a yes right here, and that's on NOS 100, and it's at the upper danger zone, which doesn't surprise me, but we'll take a look at it regardless. I'm not a NOS 100 person. I'm usually US 30, and I'm usually SPX 500 or US 30 type of guy, and they all usually look the same. So I'm going to go ahead and put yes on the 5-minute chart, and it's at the upper danger zone. So upper danger zone, 5-minute. All right. Go on to the second page. See what else we have. US 30, same thing. USD Cad, it's at the lower danger zone. That's a trade that I've been looking out for. I talked about on the live yesterday. On Sunday. So it's at the lower danger zone, 5-minute. We have no. Okay, USD Cad is one of the only ones. That's good. And then no. All right, so now we'll go on to the 1 hour time frame and do the exact same thing. Oil is still looking like it wants to drop, but it's been buying. I'll check a look at oil as well. So we have I was looking at the wrong side. Over here, oil looking to buy maybe on the hour time frame. I'll look at that. So we have the confirmation yes right there on SPX 500 and NOS 100. Have a yes for US 30. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'll be right back. Thank you for your patience. Maybe I had to answer a phone call real quick. All right, so USD Cad again. So USD Cad on the 1 hour, we don't have upper danger zone or lower danger zone, but we'll still take a look at it. Let's see what's on the next page. Yeah, we have nothing on here either. So USD Cad, we're still going to take a look at it, but I'm more willing to look at the US indices more than anything. Let's go on to the GBP pairs. GP USD, I never got out of the sell that I had called, and it's because price did come all the way back up, and then it actually went into the negative a little bit, but I never got out of my sell because, like I said, it's a swing sell for me. And so I'm gonna go over that. It's still in profit right now. So yeah. EG, we already have it. GA, no. Everything's on no right here. I don't look at any other indices except for US indices, but I might take a look at that. Same thing. Let's look at the hour. Or was I looking? Yeah, I was looking on the 5 minute. On the hour, likewise, everything's a no, no, and no. Okay. And last but not least, let's look at the NZD pairs. I really don't look at chef pairs, so I'll take a look at that later. So on here, Euro NZD, we already have it. Everything else is a no. And 1 hour, AUD NZD, we already have that. Euro NZD, we already have it. Everything else is a no. All right. So currently on my list, we have that we're going to look at is AUD NZD, Euro NZD, Euro GBP, DE30, SPX 500, US 30, NOS 100. Those are all the same thing, and USD Cad. I'll obviously look at more than that, but those are just the ones I'm going to pay attention to first. So let's go ahead and take a look at Euro GBP first. And go on to 1 hour. I really want to buy this. All right, so perfect. Look at Euro GBP already has given us the buy signal. I would rather prefer price to come back down to the RSI line just to retest it, and that's how many pips away currently? That's about 18 pips away. So this is what I would do with Euro GBP. Wait, let me go and check out. Auto's fine, although I didn't put it. Euro GBP on the 5 minute. It's right now on the 1 minute, but 5 minute time frame. Oh, this is for scalping. Regular, there you go. Perfect. All right. So likewise on the 5 minute chart, we already have the buy right here. Again, honestly speaking, I would rather have price come back down to retest right here at 0.88938, which if you look on the left side, it's the same exact thing where the arrow's at. I want price to come down here to then go up to the upside, up to this upper danger zone, both on the 5 minute and the 1 minute time frame. I mean, for both on the 5 minute and on the 1 hour. But I do like this buy. If we don't, what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead. Let me make sure that on the, you can even see on the level pro, it's called for the buy right here. This was the candle that you would have got it into to be like, okay, that was my re-entry. But like I said, again, I would rather want price to come back down to the RSI line to retest it so that it could then go up. But we might not get that. And if we don't get that, that's fine, because what I would do then is I'm going to go ahead and actually enter this trade right now as we're speaking. I'm going to put in half of my position. So let's say that, for instance, if you were to put, like, let's say a 0.50 trade or a 0.30 trade. Instead of putting my whole 0.50 here, I'm going to put 0.25, and then I'm going to put a buy limit right here at the RSI line, which is at 0.88928. And then I'm going to have that buy limit, I'm just going to have that buy limit on. And so if price doesn't come down here to hit my buy limit, at least I have my second trade my half my position that I intended to use already running in profits. And if price does come back down, then hey, then I got my full trade in, and I'll just let the market do its thing. But yeah, like I said, I do like Euro GBP for the buy, especially since it just called it. And that goes in confluence with my GP USD sell. So Euro GBP. So again, I'm putting half of my position that I'm going to trade. So buy, and this is the ideal setup that I want, right? Let me see. I grabbed the wrong one. This is my ideal setup that I want for price to come to the RSI line. And I would have my stop loss under these lows, which is a 30 pip stop loss. Although we have the alerts, so we won't even have to really sacrifice those 30 pips. And my TP is up here at the upper danger zone. So we're risking 30 pips to acquire 75 pips, which is a 1 to 2.5 risk to reward ratio. That's a really good risk to reward ratio. So put my stop loss at 0.88624, and I'm going to buy. All right. And then again, I'm putting a buy limit at 0.88920. It shows 0.88922 here, but it's the same thing. So price 0.88922 with the other half of my trade, and then my stop loss 0.88624, please. All right, so I have those in order. And again, so what I would want to see, price come down, retest the RSI line to jump up. I already have gonna add this right here. Half of position. Everything's all lined up. And the more reason why I think it might happen, if you look over here to the left, you can see on the arbitrage line, it hasn't crossed through ground zero. So that could show that price could definitely still drop some more and then come up. And here, I'll actually expand it. Yeah, so if you can see right here, you see this orange line, this arbitrage line, it still hasn't crossed to ground zero yet. So like I said, we can still see that possibility of EG coming back down to get us into our buy limit and then continue going upwards. So this is what I have for EG. I like it a lot. Let me look at the daily time frame, just to see what the trend is. And so the trend, it still is in bullish trend, and it just bounced off of the mean line right here. So those are two things that I like to see for a buy as well. Price is over the RSI line. So yeah, this buy looks really good. I've actually been wanting to buy EG. I'm glad it gave me this position here. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, that's Danny. I'm going to go ahead and mute you, Danny. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to unmute yourself. Or you could just type it in the chat, whichever one works for you. But yeah, EG in that buy, half my position is up there. But again, I want price to drop down a little more and then come back up. It's all good. No worries, no worries. All right, so that's for EG. I'm going to look at Euro Ncd next. Okay. Euro Ncd probably looks about the same. All right, yeah, about the same. definitely gonna do the buy limit on this one though, because it looks like it has gone up a little bit. So Euro NZD, both on the 1 hour and the 5 minutes, already called for the buy. Caught it at about 2:30 in the morning, like during like London session. So that would have been a cool buy. So price is currently at the mean line for both the 1 hour and the 5 minute. Same thing with EG. What I would want to see for me to get into this trade, since it already called for this buy, I'm already kind of like, eh. But what I want to see is for price to come back down to the RSI line on both the 5 minute and the 1 hour. Right here, let me actually expand over here on the 1 hour so you can see it a little better. So I'd want to see price come down to the RSI line and then jump up. And so, and you see, this is probably the reason why EG did the exact same thing, because the Euro NZD usually would go bullish if EG went bullish. But like I said, it's at this mean line. It's already showed us that it's overbought right here on the RSI line. If you on the arbitrage Z, and if you look at it a little closer, you can see that the pink Z, the purple Z line right here still hasn't crossed through ground zero, but we might be getting that very shortly. I'm not a fan of buying just up here. If anything, I would probably put I probably wouldn't even trade this, realistically speaking. Putting a buy stop above where price right here, like 1.74050. If that's the type of trader that you are, then go ahead by all means. I personally would rather wait for a retest before I buy. Honestly speaking, I don't necessarily like buying when price has already made its move up this way, because if you look at from this buy, this is already like 90 pips where price is currently at. And if price drops down to go back up, then if I bought right here and it respects this mean line and drops, then you're going to be negative 90 pips in the trade. And I'd rather not. I'd rather just wait and see if price does drop back down and goes up. And if it doesn't, then hey, I missed the trade. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up an alert on the 5 minute. So Euro NZD, I want it when it's showing that it's crossing on the apocalypse band right here. I want it to show me that it's going to retest the RSI line. And so what I want it crossing down. So once it starts to show that, oh, it's touch that RSI line, then that would be my entry. So I'm going to put entry for buy on my alert. Bye, baby. Love you too. You too. Let me know when you get to work. All right. And so, yeah. Got my alert set on the 5 minute. I'm not really gonna set my alert on the 1 hour because it's the same thing. So yeah, that's for Euro NZD. Again, if you do want to get into this trade, which, like I said, this isn't my trading style. I'm not really good at this type of trading style. But if you do, you can go ahead and put a buy stop up here. But my only thing about that is what happens if price just comes up to make a double top and wicks it and then drops. Then you'll be even more, like you'll probably be in 100 pip drawdown if price does end up coming down to retest this RSI line. So unfortunately, missed that entry. It's all good. It is what it is. But again, want to see price pull back, then go up. I don't want to just go ahead and try to buy, especially when I see that price that show that it was overbought. I'm good. Any questions on EG or EN that I've gone through so far? Any questions? No questions, no questions. All right, all right. And one more thing I want to talk about on the arbitrage Z. Although I don't really use this that much, the apocalypse arbitrage line, because it takes a really long time for it to move compared to others, but it is just crossing over ground zero right here, which is a good sign for a continuation of bullish momentum. But what I would rather want to see, realistically speaking, again, is for price to probably just drop down a little bit. Maybe it'll come down here and just like ride on the ground zero if we do see a retracement of Euro Ncd. But over here on this side as well, if we look at the arbitrage Z on the left, everything's starting to get up here now. So we might not get that retest, but if it doesn't happen, hey, it is what it is. There's like literally 100 more pairs I could go look at. So that's for Euro Ncd. Let's go ahead and look at USD Cad before it moves, if it hasn't already. Yeah, it definitely already moved. And that was, of course, while I was asleep. USD pairs, man, they've been moving a lot while people are asleep. It's crazy. But anyways, USD Cad. I'm pretty sure if I go on the 2-hour time frame that this is probably calling for a buy, or the 4-hour time frame. I'll go ahead and take a look at that. But just want to point out that currently price came to this mean line and it respected it on the 1-hour time frame, while currently right now it's at the mean line on the 5-minute time frame. Not so sure if we're going to get that retracement to the RSI line, but again, that's why I'm going to go on to the 2-hour time frame. So I go on the 2-hour. Yeah, it's 2 hours definitely about to call for a buy. I'm just going to go ahead and set my alert for this, although it has already broken and retested my RSI line right here, which is at the mean line. If price could respect this mean line right here, then this is not a bad trade to get into right now. For me personally, this is not a bad trade to get into right now. If price does go lower than right here, obviously that would be like, let me just not say right here. If price does go lower than 1.34322, that general area, then that is a good sign for me to get out that trade. But USD Cad, just like Euro Jpy, we haven't gotten the buy on the 4-hour yet. And let me go on to Level Pro. Actually, let me go on to Level Pro over here. Level Pro on the 5-minute is bullish. So if we're just looking at the 5-minute right here, then we could say that, okay, price is still definitely bullish. But since we're on the 2-hour on USD Cad on the left side, let's go on the 10-minute on USD Cad on the right, because that's probably setting up. Yep, it already called for the buy right here, retesting the RSI line. This is a trade that I want to get into again. Price is not at, the RSI line isn't necessarily at the lower danger zone, but that's still like, I'm not really too concerned about that, because all I really want to see. Oh yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Royce. I definitely want to look at USD Mexican. That's a trade that we kind of missed, but it's okay. But USD Cad, yeah, guys, this is a trade that I want to get into. Definitely like how it's respecting the RSI line. And again, if it breaks through down right here, that's most likely when the 10-minute will tell us to get out the sell. Get out the buy. So all I'm going to do, come over here and come to the apocalypse. Long exit all. That's to tell me to get out the trade. I'd rather listen to the 10-minute when it comes to exits rather than the 2-hour, because the 2-hour, for the candle to close, it would have to take a whole 2 hours before it closes. So again, USD Cad, I'm going to go ahead and get into this buy right now. And I'm okay with getting in right now and getting out later. There's nothing wrong with that. So let me go ahead and do this. This is my exact entry on UCAD. $83 pips, that's not bad. I don't like those odds. It's not the greatest risk to reward. I'm not definitely risking 60 pips on this trade. I'm just going to go ahead and put it right here just for just for safety and all that. But obviously, like I said, if price breaks through 1.34322, I'm not even gonna get back in it. This is basically the trade setup. I want to buy up to 1.35311. I mean, I think I talked about UCAD on my daily time frame. I mean, on my weekly analysis, and I said that I want price. Well, yeah, I definitely did. I just didn't save it, but I did want price to come back up to retest this RSI line up here. So that's just a little bit more confluence. Let me look at the 4 hour as well. The 4 hour setting up for the buy. Yeah, this is a good trade to start looking at, to get into, to get a retracement possibly. But yeah, buying UCAD right here. My stop loss, it is a little steep. It's about 68 pips. But like I said, I'm not really looking at the stop loss. I'm waiting for my alerts to tell me when to get out the trade. I can get out and get back in whenever. So realistically speaking, the amount of pips that I'll be risking is about like 30, which is okay. So with that being said, USD Cad buy. And yeah, well, I have my alert set up, so that's another trade that we just got into, and we'll see how that plays out. But I do want to see this jump up. Any questions on UCAD? Already in profit, but not by that much. I actually want to take this higher than on the 2 hour, because the upper danger zone on the 2 hour, on the 10-minute over here is higher. So even better, we're going to be trying to get 122 pips, even better. So yeah, this would probably be a better risk to reward if you were going based off of this stop loss. But again, I'm using the alerts to tell me when to get out. So yeah. Any questions on UCAD? Any questions on UCAD? No questions. All right. And again, well, not again, but this is just something that I'm watching for, because we might see a little push lower. We have to look at these right here. The arbitrage and the Z, they haven't crossed through ground zero yet, which is something that I always watch out for. So again, I'm okay with losing those 30 pips to just be patient, probably look for a better entry if it does end up telling us to get out the trade. But so far, this looks like a solid trade. So any questions? All right. Nothing. And just to take a look at it, the DXY real quick, because this is something that I should have looked at in the beginning anyways. DXY on the 2 hour time frame looks like it's setting up for the buy. Most likely on the 1 hour, it has already called for the buy, and it's retesting the RSI line. Yeah. I didn't even have to look at the 1 hour. It's crazy. But anyways, yeah, DXY, it had done a little bit of bearish movement yesterday, which was a little iffy. I guess when price had reopened back up, it had opened with a gap. Price went up, retest, like just came up here to the past highs, and then dropped some more. But I still think that the DXY can go up more. 4 hour time. Well, why am I even looking at the 4 hour? 4 hour regardless is setting up for the buy for sure with the RSI line right here, but nothing's confirmed. And again, like all this right here is just showing like it isn't quite ready to buy yet, but I still think the DXY can go bullish. Want to see how it just handles this little support area right here. Want to see how it reacts if it does come down to the lower danger zone right here. But other than that, I still think it's going to go bullish. And yeah, so let's go ahead and just go on to the next pair. DE30, before I look at the US indices. I don't trade this. Again, I really do not trade this, and price is already called for the sell, man. So it just looks just about like Euro GP and what's the other pair? And EG. It's just basically get a retest of the RSI line, continuation for the drop. That's what I see on here. We have the level pro. It's really just above ground zero, so that's a possibility of happening. The sell isn't really confirmed on that. Oops, what did I do? Oh, never mind. I know what I did. DE30, 1 hour. No, that's 5 minutes. Sorry. Yeah, I definitely would want to see the retest of this RSI line before we get another drop on this. Again, this isn't a pair that I really look at, so I'm not even going to get into this. I'm just being honest. But it looks like it could be a good potential sell setup, especially with me seeing all these oversolds right here. That's telling me, okay, maybe price is stopped. Maybe price wants to chill right here and go upwards. Currently on the 5 minute, we do have this purple, magenta, whatever color you want to call it, candles popping up. So it could continue pushing down, especially since it's over this mean line. And then again, if we go on the 2 hour time frame, and just like how on UCAD, I'm pretty sure it's calling for the sell or it's setting up for the sell. So this could possibly even sell right here. If you're like I said, if you're basing it off of the 2 hour, this could sell right here and you can get some pretty decent profit off of it. But again, I don't trade this. If I did trade it, then yeah, I would say for sure, if you could get this retest of the RSI line on the 2 hour and it holds, then sell it. So again, 1 hour time frame, it looks like it wants to retrace a bit, but it is at this mean line. So if you want, go ahead and take the sell based off of the 2 hour time frame. You want to look at the 2 hour. Let me go on the 10 minute on the apocalypse. Oh no, has tacos already started moving? Oh yeah, and that was a good retest too. But anyways, yeah, if this could hold right here on the 10 minute, I would set my alert. If you're gonna trade this, I would set my alert. But it looks like if this holds, then it could definitely drop some more. The arbitrage Z for the advanced line, it's under, but over here, and this is exactly why I said that I wouldn't really get in. If you look at the lower pro on the 10 minute time frame right here, you will see that why hasn't it? There we go. It still hasn't crossed through ground zero yet. So it's still showing that it still can go bullish and all that stuff. So I would wait for this. I'd rather wait for the push up to this RSI line to drop. And if we don't, then just wait for the advanced line to cross through ground zero. For those obviously who have arbitrage, right? And yeah, so that's what I see on this. Again, I don't trade it, so I'm not going to be updating about it. This was just for me to show those who wanted to get in. And man, USD Mexican, I missed that entry. It's all right though. Oh, EG currently 10 pips up, and USD Cad is 5 pips up, so that's cool. All right, let's go on ahead to US indices. Does anybody have any questions on DAX 30? Any questions on DAX 30? Oh. All right, so SPX 500 just wants us to sell. Like, It's already given, it's already broken, retested. It's given the signal for the sell, 5-minute time frame. Let's see what this is showing. Same thing. It's not 100% confirmed on the level pro. Actually, never mind. Yeah, it is. It's crossing through. Well, it's not crossed through yet. It's just about there on the ground zero. It looks like it wants to break through it. SPX 500 might be another good. Did not mean to do that. SPX 500 might be another good trade to get into. It looks solid. This is underground zero. That's underground zero. On the 1 hour time frame, we do see that on the level, on the arbitrage Z, that we have both the Z and the arbitrage lines are still above ground zero. So that's something that you might want to watch for. Let's see here. Down here, we have the RSI line, which is this black line on the level pro. We have that has crossed under, and the arbitrage is still up here, but that's okay. If we were to sell SPX 500 right here, then it's basically we're selling the breakout. Wait, what did I have here? What was this from? Let me see. It definitely wasn't on the daily. I forgot what this was from. This was from just the other day. This was literally from Sunday. That's probably where it's from. Yeah. So again, Sunday, I guess I had the same thing. And yeah, Royce, definitely agree with GU about to fall. Like I said, I'm still in that same trade from Sunday that I called, and so I'm just still gonna hold it. It's a swing trade for me. Remove drawings, but yeah, the indices. I'm gonna get into SPX 500 as well. This looks like a really good trade. 0.5. I'm gonna set my alert for the 5 minutes. Tell me when to get out, because it's already broken. It's already broken through the RSI line. Retested it. Given the sell call, RSI line is under. Over here, still a little iffy. So that's why I'm gonna set my short exit all alert, and so that could tell me when to get out. But other than that, have my sell on SPX 500, and we'll see how that goes. Currently 20 pips up on EG, and UCAD is 6 pips up. It's fine. So yeah, any questions on SPX 500? And I'm pretty sure US 30 doing the exact same thing. Oops, wrong currencies to place on. DGI, yeah, same thing. You see that it's calling the sell on the 5 minute, 1 hour is going to look the exact same. And I have the same exact thing that I drew on Sunday. So yeah, I like to sell for sure. For sure. It's better that this is why you always want to wait for your pairs and confirmations to happen before you get into anything. And that's why I like using the filter before I start doing these sessions, so I could get to these trades that are already like, okay, I'm ready, let's do this, and all that stuff, because it just saves you time and headache. I mean, we're already in profit on it, but not by much, but still. So take a look. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's look at Eurozar. I've never traded this a day in my life, but let's see what it looks like. Okay, this is setting up for a buy. So what I would do in this situation for Eurozar, although I'm pretty sure I'm not going to trade it, just to be real. So what I would do is I would want a break of the RSI line. We already have the aggressive buy on it on the 5 minutes, so that's a good sign. I'd wait for the breakout of the RSI line, want price to retest it, and then go bullish. Well, not that high. Right here is pretty good. So this is what I would want to, let me spread this out so on the 1 hour it looks a little better. Yeah, whatever. You guys get the point. So I want price to go break through this RSI line, retest the RSI line, and then go bullish. That's what I would want to see on Eurozar. I'm just gonna go ahead and set a buy alert on here. But again, I'm not gonna just enter off of the buy. I want the retest of the RSI line because that's just my way of trading, and then it goes bullish. So go ahead and set that long alert, and we'll see how that goes. Nothing. I mean, we already have, and that's interesting. We already have the Lilo Pro over here. It's above ground zero, so that's a good sign. RSI line looks like it wants to is about wanting to get there. So yeah, I mean, again, well, it disappeared apparently for the aggressive buy. But if you want to get into this, I'd rather wait for a breakout, retest of what level is, I mean, what number is this? A retest of 1.892, I mean, 18.92889, retest of that around that area, and then go ahead and buy it. That's what I would like to see on Eurozar. Any questions on Eurozar? There's the plus. And of course, you'd want to wait for the candle to close for that to stick. If the candle doesn't close and this disappears, then that's perfectly fine. But yeah. No questions on Eurozar? All right. And last but not least, let's look at Aud Ncd. It should be dropping, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, not dropping. Oh, wow. Must be NZD that's pushing this up because Aud Pairs should be dropping. But yeah, Aud Ncd setting up for a potential buy. And it's the same thing as with Eurozar. You want to get the break. You want to get the breakout, the retest of the RSI line, and then the push up. I hope you guys are getting, I hope now that you guys have seen a couple of weeks and even maybe close to a month of my trading style, you guys would see exactly how I trade on the 1 hour or 5 minute, on the daily and stuff like that. I usually like the retest of the RSI line no matter what before I get into a trade. That's how I usually like to see it. SPX 500 a little in the negative. UCAD about to be 10 pips up. EG still around the 20 pips area. Oh yeah, I'll take a look at AJ, no problem. So yeah, Aud Ncd, a little bit of the same of Eurozar. Just want to see the break and retest of the RSI line, then I'll probably get into the buy. So, and I'm not going to trade AN. I'm not going to lie to you, so I'm not going to update much about it. If you're going to trade this would be something that, I mean, why not? I'll just set my alert for it. This is a very non-volatile pair, so am I getting that? All right. Any questions? Those are the pairs that I had taken. Those are the pairs that I've taken a look at on the website, and it's giving me those pairs. You could put in any pairs that you want me to look at on the chat. I'll start off with Aud Jpy. Aud Jpy. Sorry. Any pairs that anybody in particular wants me to look at. So AJ, it's funny because I didn't even talk about this in my chat, but AJ smashed through our TP last night. This is the trade that I was in. It already closed out in profit. That was a good, from right here where we had entered on Sunday. I forgot how many pips we were going for. That was a good 150 pips that we got off of AJ. It destroyed our TP, and now it's just down over here. Looking at this, I don't really see anything for me to get into on AJ right now at this point. Let me go over here, widen this up, and then go on the daily time frame. That was a beautiful sell on AJ. So on AJ, we have price on the daily has just been bullish, just like every other Japanese yen pair. What I would really want to see is for price to come even lower down here to retest that RSI line. But again, I mean, it's not bad. It wouldn't be bad to enter through up here. But again, I've already taken 150 pips off of AJ. I'm not looking to try to give it back right now. And so, like I said, I'd rather want to see price come down. I do want to see price continue with the down trend right now. Because on the small time frame, on the hourly, like I said, we did have that sell. On the 4 hours, probably just calling for a sell. So you might want to take a look at the 4 hour. Well, it hasn't called for it yet, but it's getting there. So for AJ, if you were to trade this, I'd be looking at the 4 hour time frame. We had the breakout, retest of the RSI line would be best, and then the drop. And then if you see where the drop is at, where it lines up right here, it's at the lower danger zone on the 4 hour. And that lines up perfectly with price coming on the daily to the upper danger zone and the RSI line as well. So yeah, AJ, I'm bearish on it right now, but I'd rather want to see a retest of this RSI line. But like I said, if you did get into this trade, if you did get into this AJ trade on Sunday, or if you had looked at it and like, okay, well, I'll get into a late trade, then you were able to profit off of it nicely, very nicely. That's what I like to see. So does that help you out, Darlene, with AJ?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Sounds good. All right, let me go on to GU because I had talked about looking at it. So GU, we had gone in from right here. We had gotten in from all the way up here, just been selling it. We finally got the sell call right here. And then price retraced up to the mean line. I still want this to drop. Like I said, this is a swing trade for me. Currently, how many pips up am I? Currently about 65 pips. So let me just make sure that I get the right entry. 1.27, 180. 1.27, 180. And that's fine. What's 2 pips? And then my stop loss was at 1.27576. I'm leaving it at that. 1.27576. All right. Oh, my stop loss almost got hit last night. Damn. I'm glad I didn't look at it. But anyways, and again, this is a trade that I found on the weekly. This is a trade that I was saying that I'm trading it on the weekly time frame, because look how far low I'm taking it down to for it to create a lower low all the way down here. This is a huge swing trade. I don't think that there's many people that would even try to take this trade. But GU came back up, retested the mean line. I want to see price hold right there. If it does hold, if it come back up, if it come back up here, I might get into a trade. I might find another entry to take it back down for a continuation, because again, this is a trade that I'm swinging, so I'm okay with adding positions and letting them go into the negative. As long as my main stop loss doesn't get hit, then I'm okay with adding a position right here. But I'm going to just be cool with my trade that I'm in already. There's no need for me to get into another entry. Daily time frame. Again, we're seeing if we finally got the second oversold that I was waiting for. So this is a good sign for price to start going to the other direction. 4 hours setting up for the sell, so that's good confluence as well. Price just bounced off of the RSI line. And yeah, so GU, if I were to try to get into another entry again, is I'd want for price to come and respect this mean line. Like this whole, like even right now, if you want to get into a sell, if there were to be a time, now would be a good, actually, let me not be blind and prejudiced. I'm gonna put that away. Look what we have here. We haven't gotten a retest of this RSI line. So if price, a better re-entry would be if price were to come up to the RSI line and then drop. So that's what I would personally look for on GU, would be for price to come back to the RSI line and drop if you're not already in it. But if you're already in it, no need to panic. I'm still in it. I'm not moving my stop loss to break even just yet. So yeah. Any questions on GU? Any questions on GU? No questions. All right. Gonna go on to Euro USD. If you had gone into this trade on my live, you would be in profit because the sell was from like up here, I think. Wait, let me see. Move this down. What time was it over here? No, when did market open? The 3rd, 4th, 5th. It didn't open on the 5th. There it is. The 7th. So the initial sell on Euro USD that I mentioned was when we had the retest of this RSI line, although it didn't necessarily come up and retest the RSI line, but it was in this general area. Enter the sell right there. You could have sold it down there. I'm surprised I didn't get in that. Price had dropped down. It looks like price may want. The thing about EU right now, it's just been consolidating in this area right here. It finally broke down, and then it came back up to this area that it was consolidating in. So what I want to see right now for EU, keep that same energy and keep dropping. Hold on. Let me go on the 2-hour time frame. So again, on EU, and this looks soft. I might get in this right now, actually, to be honest. The only thing that's stopping me from getting in on EU is this. Neither of these lines have crossed ground zero right here on the 2 hour. So that's like, I don't know, Chief. But other than that, I like the sell for EU, especially on the 2 hour time frame. It looks way better than the 1 hour. And so if you didn't get a chance to have gone in the trade when we were up here, although I think if you were to have to be in this trade, you'd probably only about right now just 20 pips in profit. Price did drop 70 pips, so that's pretty decent. But this is a very much better trade to jump into right now and just take it down to the lower danger zone. Although I had on my previous analysis a way steeper drop, but it's only because I want this to happen. Go on the daily. And again, it's nothing out of the ordinary for price to just come. And it's just like the DXY, for price to come and retest this with my drawing tool to retest this RSI line, which will be about right there, if I'm not mistaken. And so, yeah. Want that drop on EU. Definitely want the drop. I like the 2 hour. I'm not mad at even getting into this trade right now. Because I mean, it did what I wanted. It broke out, touched the mean line, retested, or it's retesting. So I'm not mad at trading this right now. Only thing I'm really not feeling again is the DXY. That's what's making me not want to trade this right now. Because the DXY 2 hour and EU 2 hour look totally different. As long as DXY holds here, though, we should be good on EU. So with that being said, what I'm going to do, I had a limit order and deleted it because the DXY LOL, but would have been the sniper. Just make my head right, bro. Like DXY has just been playing games. And I think someone is. Does anybody want to say something? Oh, it's freaking Peyton. Yeah, you could have just messaged that instead of typing it, bro. Or you could have just said something. I can hear your mic.
Oh, my bad.
You're all good. But yeah, I mean, I'm not against. The only thing that's really let me go look at the 10-minute, because the only thing that's really stopping me from getting into this trade right now is the fact that on the level pro isn't below ground zero, and also I don't like how the arbitrage Z looks either. Those are the only two things that are really stopping me from selling this. But I'm already in the GU sell. So, and usually if GU sells, then EU sometimes, not all the time, would sell as well. So let me go on the 10-minute real quick on here and Euro USD. Yeah. And even on this is my dilemma. Like price is at this RSI line, and it is showing that it might respect this RSI line, but the level pro, it is nowhere near. Like even right here, even when price had came all the way down here, it was barely crossing the level pro. So that's my only concern right now. But right here on the arbitrage Z, we see that the advanced line is below this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the risk and get into the sell. And if, hey, guess what? Just set the alert. If the alert tells me to get out, I'll get out. And as simple as that. I'll wait until it tells me to get back in, wait for more confirmation, and all that stuff. So right now, I'm hopping right into the sell. I'm not afraid to get into this sell at all. So Euro USD, I mean, I've been waiting to get into it. I should have got into it last week, but I didn't. I mean, Sunday, but I didn't. So I got into the sell. Stop loss is going to be fairly short, although I would just put, if I were to just have a stop loss in general, it'd be about like right there, like just past the most recent high. So go on to the 2 hour time frame because that looks a little better. All right. Right here, yeah, it's fine. I mean, my thing is I won't be surprised if price comes up, wicks me out, and then drops. That's what EU loves to do to me. Just loves to take me out of trades and drop. But yeah, definitely liking this sell. If I were actually, I'll put this a little higher. Why not? 50 for 100? No, thank you. I'll leave it where it's at. So this is my trade setup right here. Although, like I said, I do want to take this even lower, but for like the intraday or a day trade, this looks good. It's a 1 to 3.5 1 to 3.5 risk to reward ratio. So those are the type of trades that I love getting into. And yeah, like I said, if on the 10-minute it tells me to get out, I'm out of there. Simple as that. Which it might tell me to do in the next 2 to 3 pips. 2 to 3 pips, no one's really crying over that, unless you over leverage. Last pair that I want to look at is USD Jpy. That was a nice sell that we had yesterday. And so what I wanted to say was that it had, let me go on the daily, actually. Let me go on the daily and talk about this. So on UJ, what I wanted to happen was for price to come down and retest the RSI line. And so we had this major bearish candle yesterday, and price is still continuing to fall. If you didn't take your profits yesterday, then hey, you could take them now. But I was thinking that by the time that price was going to drop down here, the RSI line would have came up here, but it never did. So that's scrapped. But I still want, like, if price could like stay in this general area and respect this mean line, that would be my entry to get into the overall buy trade on UJ. Although just based off of this extremely bearish engulfing candle that engulfed 1, 2, 3 days worth of a rise of UJ, we might see a trend change. I'm not 100% sure on it, but we might see a trend change. But again, UJ, not really trying to fight into a buy right now. I'd rather want price, like I said, I want price to come down, possibly even a little lower to the mean line, which probably by then the RSI line would have caught up with the mean line, and then we'll see what happens from there. But UJ, again, that was a beautiful sell that we had yesterday. On the 4-hour, it's calling for the sell, but ain't nobody got time to get into a sell when price is already down here. So yeah, that's about it for today, guys. Is there any other pairs that you want me to take a look at, or any other questions? I'm about to hop on Peyton's live. I know he's about to go live right now. We'll see what he wants to talk. We'll see what he is talking about. No questions, no comments, no concerns. Le chat. All right, sounds good. Thanks, Royce. Appreciate it. Any other questions? All right, no problem, Missy. No problem. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hopping on. Again, sorry for hopping on so late. I'm going to be posting the recording probably in the next hour once it's all good and it's uploaded on YouTube. And I hope everybody has a good and profitable day and have a good, profitable rest of the week. Later, y'all.